T-minus 80 seconds. T-minus 70 seconds. T-minus 60 seconds. T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 15 seconds.
Good evening, and welcome to the Outpost Frequencies, brought to you by thelastmovieoutpost.com. All of your movie news, reviews, and everything cool about film. We've got a full house this evening because everybody's back. Hello, everybody. How are we all? Good.
Kill me.
I'm back from my sexcation from Thailand. I had a good time.
How did that go?
Nothing that a couple of double doses of penicillin didn't fix.
I don't know, but the fact that you actually sent us a picture of you with a squirrel in your mouth has all kinds of questions now.
Yeah. So can you now tell the difference between a lady boy and a regular girl from Thailand just by looking at them without the Crocodile Dundee test?
Yes, I've found that the real woman's penis doesn't hurt as much in your anus as the lady boys.
And he's back.
Hello and welcome to the Outpost Frequencies.
Can you believe the other day somebody told me that in person I couldn't be as bad as I am on the internet?
Oh,
yeah. You don't have to prove that now.
It wasn't a challenge, man.
Yeah.
Yes, for a while it was just been me and myself and Matt, the British contingent sounding all intelligent.
All three of you and yourself and Matt, all three of you.
Why me and myself?
Is that what I said? That's what you. Is that English math, Matt? Is that English math where he comes from?
He's just got to wait.
Where Phil comes from, it is. They've all got six fingers, so they used to add in an extra person.
Lucky for you, I can't count. I'm looking at my hand. And Yoda, you're back with us as well. How are you, mate?
Hanging in there. It's been a crazy week, but I think I announced this last weekend. But if I didn't, I am now a grandfather.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much, everyone.
Well done.
I never looked hotter.
Congratulations.
Your balls work. Hooray.
Congratulations on that final step before the grave.
Yeah. But an important one.
The major milestone you achieved before the last of your milestones.
Yeah. Being incontinent is next, so you can look forward to that.
And
I think I'll just skip right to death.
Yeah, and also, condolences to our friend Dean, whose dad passed away last week.
Yes.
That was sad.
07 in the chat.
Yeah, that was sad news. Dean, who has joined us several times before, like I say, yeah, that's quite sad news.
When he first told me, I said, "Shit, it should have been Phil."
My dad died years ago.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right, okay. So let's talk about. We haven't got anything specific to talk about this week, but we are going to talk about some bits and pieces of the news because it's been quite an interesting week this week.
Can you say Can you say real British like the news? We're going to have some news
This week on the news from the BBC.
Yeah.
Bob swapping at Disney. No, see, Bob swapping. I shouldn't have put Bob swapping because that sounds filthy. How did you not go last night? Oh, we ended up doing some Bob swapping.
Oi, mate, you in a little bit of the Bob swapping, isn't it?
I can already tell Sean's got a lot of pent up. Haven't been able to talk to anybody for a while. We're not getting
He's
a
been
word in
sat by
edgewise. This whole
himself
fucking thing, are we?
He's been sat by himself talking to dead squirrels and dead deer.
I know.
Yeah. So,
I would like to point out that last week I said that there is no way that Disney is going to change as long as that woke Chapek is still there. Now, I know Chapek supposedly wasn't as woke or tried to do things. He got run out of there, but he was plenty woke. And I was not implying that I wanted a woker guy to go in there. And I was like, no, not him.
It is very
So
strange.
I guess halfway
What's
there,
happened there?
I don't know.
Just so if you don't know the news, basically, Bob Iger retired in true Hollywood fashion, and Bob Chapek took over. And it seems like Bob Chapek was there to hopefully get rid of some of the sort of wokeness that was going on, is what we all hoped and believed. But now he's retired, and Bob Iger is back, which is just very, very strange.
Well, they brought him in because he was engineered so much of the success that they had since when he took over for Eisner way back when, right? So he got Pixar, he got Marvel, he got Star Wars. Certainly, at least two of the three have been very, very successful. He grew Disney quite a bit. I mean, there's no denying all that. But he embraced all the woke nonsense, and turned it from I would say probably from Captain Marvel or Star Wars on. It all started turning to horrible shit. And it's been getting worse ever since. Chapek had no spine to do anything about it.
Pretty much phase 4 is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much. And all of Star Wars, let's face it. So I don't know. I mean, I don't see that Disney is going. I figure they're going to double down on some of this nonsense. That's what's going to happen.
Which, again, they must be losing money somewhere, and yet somebody still thinks it's a good idea.
What do you think the chances are that they swapped them out just to maybe make Florida think that they've changed and to relent on something? I'm curious about that. I wonder if that's like
I don't think
ploy.
DeSantis is that stupid.
Nah, but Disney might be that stupid to think that he's that
Disney
stupid.
might be, yeah, but I don't think Florida's going to buy it because they saw it all start. I mean, they're well aware of what's going on down there. They probably have it on their local news stations all over the place. They're talking about it. I mean, there was, and I did a little short on this. I mean, there was child trafficking going on at Disney under both the Bobs. So I mean, it's like they need to get rid of both of them. Iger is not the replacement. He's just going to make things just as bad. So hopefully the board will step up and say, give him a vote of no confidence or whatever it takes to get him out of there and get somebody else that's going to get a Zaslav type.
I'll give it a go.
You couldn't do any worse, man.
Exactly. It would just be interesting to meet Kathleen Kennedy and watch her cry as she leaves the building.
I reckon she'll make you cry.
Yeah.
Give her a good 5 across the face. That'll take care of that.
Woman abuse.
Yeah.
We already got our first woman abuse comment of the day, and it wasn't from me.
Kathleen Kennedy's not a woman.
Yeah.
Gender
I think
denier.
she's even
Feminist.
human.
Gender denier. Disavow.
But yeah.
Don't
it's
hit
good.
Kathy Kennedy, please, if you're listening to this. Jesus Christ.
Unless you're her husband, and you have every right.
We assume that that's what's happening anyway.
Anyway, yeah, don't hit Kathleen
You've already
Kennedy
lost
from
control, Phil. It's all gone.
9 minutes. I've done well, though. You know,
You have
New records.
not bad.
And for people watching, Yoda was just lecturing us before the stream about saying things that would get society in trouble, and here he is talking about beating a woman.
You can't if you can't let him join them, right?
He said that, but he said that to say what not to say. So he's teaching us all a lesson. Is what it is.
Oh.
You obviously missed
Reverse
you- you-
psychology.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with the thing he said.
That's true. If you tell me it's okay to beat a woman, then it'll lose all desirability for me.
That's right.
Part
Yeah,
of the
that's right. Yeah.
part of the fun of woman beating is that society really frowns on it.
That's like there's a Monty Python sketch, isn't there, where he says murder is illegal, but if you make it not illegal, it becomes less desirable. And
Man, this went downhill fast, didn't it? We went dark quick.
well, talking about mistreating women, She Said is bombed. Now, this has been advertised over here in the UK. Eggy, you kept up to date with this, didn't you? Tell us about the movie.
No,
All right.
No,
that was Stark. I don't even know what this is.
No, sorry. I thought you
do.
said that you knew something about it.
Me,
Nope,
no,
I
I've got
do.
no idea what it is.
Oh, sorry.
I
Go
thought it
ahead.
was Yoda.
Sorry.
yeah, sure.
The
It
more
all turns
eloquent
into
of us
a
both.
blur, throughout the week and stuff. I get this done and over with, and then everything else that comes through, it's a blur.
You
Yeah.
need to stop drinking on a Sunday, mate. That's what that is.
Never.
The Clorox goes down so easy, you can't help it.
But basically, She Said is a dramatization of the whole Me Too movement thing.
Oh, I've got to watch it now.
It is so gross. I'm sorry. I mean, be serious here for 5 seconds. The New York Times, it's basically the New York Times patting itself on the back, breaking its arm to pat itself on the back for breaking the Weinstein story and then getting lauded in it like there's some sort of crusaders of justice, as if they didn't know, as if the whole world didn't fucking know what Weinstein was doing, at least inside those circles. And don't tell me that the people at the New York Times didn't know. I don't buy that for one effing second. And now that all these lives have been wrecked and ruined, and he's done all this horrendous stuff in the movie industry, what does the movie industry do? They make a movie out of it to make more money off of the whole
Yeah.
thing. How much more icky can you get? I mean, really, I'm glad it's bombing like no other. It should bomb.
There's a
It is-
comedian.
Right.
There's a comedian.
Did it
I was
have
gonna
did it have the scene that Cecil was talking about where Weinstein jerks off into a plant? Because if it does,
I think it does, or I think it has a lot of that kind of stuff in there, like dramatization, whatever. It's like the Japanese porn where they pixelate out stuff.
I was going to say, have they replaced all women with plants?
There's a thought.
Why is Harvey Weinstein talking to that rose bush? It's not a rose bush, it's Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah,
She has got a good range, isn't she?
yeah,
yeah.
Right.
Well, red, scarlet, red rose. I just think that the whole thing to make a movie on this whole thing about a movie producer that everybody got rich off of at the expense of all these women and all the things that he did. It is so distasteful to me. I mean, I know we all joke and say distasteful jokes and all that, but I mean, they're just effing jokes. We don't actually beat women. We don't actually do these things. Unless YouTube is listening.
Speak for yourself, please.
Yeah.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Dude, if you were that busy, you wouldn't be on these streams. Don't give me
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm just
Busted.
saying that nothing that we've ever said on it can be as distasteful as making that movie, in my opinion.
Listen, you're looking at it all wrong. It's an exploitation movie. It's no different than any 1970s or 80s exploitation movie. It's the same kind of thing.
No,
It's,
those
you know,
exploitation movies were fiction.
No, but
That
they
was
had
the
a lot
fun of them.
Mm.
But they also had a lot of real world news that they put in it to take it. I mean, that's the whole thing. Exploit the real world. events.
Barely. I mean, it's so that not like this. I'm sorry.
not-
And you know what?
No.
The
listen,
movie
I'm not-
industry didn't profit the whole time that Jeffrey Dahmer was eating people. That was well after the fact.
But
this
they
is
are.
like profiting off. This is like the Pfizer makes an unspecified medicine for an unspecified thing that fucks everybody up, and then everybody cheers at them when they send out something to cure the thing that they put out that fucked everybody up.
Allegedly.
I've got to say,
Allegedly.
the person that I most feel for in this whole situation with this movie is
Harvey
Harvey
Weinstein.
Weinstein.
Me
Well,
too.
yeah, because ultimately he can't make any money off this. So
And he can't.
you know,
He can't defend himself from jail.
yeah, exactly.
Poor guy.
Yeah. You know, all these allegations are being thrown around.
And you know what?
Um,
The worst thing is movies like that give guys a bad rap that have a name that's been in it and Stein, like Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. These guys, you know, they're good guys.
The worst thing about it is Harvey's most angry about the fact that it seems that it's going to be Alec Baldwin playing him in the film. So that's what he's most upset about.
Well,
Moving on. Oh no,
yeah,
go on,
let's
let me-
talk about a
there we go.
real crime here. De-aged, didn't he? There we go.
Finally, something that I'm mad about.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Something that matters.
yeah. Now, has anybody seen the footage?
I have.
I haven't.
No,
I didn't know there's footage available. I've seen.
Yeah, I
These
think it was
are
just mentioned in
pictures.
Empire magazine, and
Oh,
it's
right.
a lot of
I
leaks.
wasn't sure whether. Yeah,
Is it-
I
is
didn't know.
Is he supposed to be de-aged through the whole movie, or just like flashback sequences or something?
No, apparently he's meant to. The old Indy is meant to go back in time and meet the new Indy. The old,
Young Indy. Young Indy.
Yeah. Oh,
the
God,
old, yeah,
sounds-
yeah, young Indy, yeah.
That
Yeah,
sounds
confused already.
fucking. That sounds so bad.
It depends how far back they're going to go, because I thought they were going to go back like River Phoenix back.
Well, they
You know,
can't bring
in
you back
time.
from the dead. Oh, now that
would
redo
be
him
good.
into make him look like River Phoenix.
Yeah,
But-
that would be
Hey, Andy, meet your fetus.
good. Yeah, that's right. Talking of tossing off into plants.
It's got, look, they look at the baby on the sonogram. It's got the hat. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. How did he get a whip in there?
Using the umbilical cord.
Yeah.
You know, I did like the little origin story in the last Indiana Jones movies that showed how he got the hat originally off of the dude. That, you know,
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
scar.
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to see
That's
him
a nice
born.
touch.
He's like, he comes out. It's like, Dad, I found an artifact. Your ring.
Oh, that was distasteful. That was bad.
There is
Condom.
I want to
Well,
go back in for the watch.
apparently there's a picture going around of a baby holding the device, and the woman had like a coil or something fitted so that she couldn't get pregnant, and the baby was born
Yeah.
holding the device.
the IUD.
That is a Sigma. That is a Sigma baby move right there. You
That is, yeah.
tear that son of a bitch.
What,
Nothing's getting-
what's your name, the baby? Chad, of course.
Chad, it's Chad Chaddington of Chatterton the Junior.
That's right.
We've got to say, whilst mentioning Indy, that one of our videos from last week actually had over 800 views whilst we were talking about Indy. So something, it got quite a few people riled up. We had 26 comments in total about the whole thing, which was quite interesting because, I mean, like I say, if the rumours are true, come June, I mean, I just don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to go and see it in the cinema for starters because I'm not going to give Lucas and Disney any money. But at
I'm
the same
tempted.
time, at the same time, I want to see what happens. And
I'm looking at
and-
it from
and-
kind of a car wreck kind of perspective.
Yeah, I'll wait.
you know-
I'll wait for the
you know
first
how-
week.
You know how they say at the end of movies like James Bond will return? I just want to see the credits roll and at the end of it saying Kathleen Kennedy will not return.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That would be nice.
But yeah, have a look at
I'll
our
go and
channel.
see it, but I think I'll wait a week until it's been out, so just to see if those rumours have been confirmed before I part
That's
with
the
my-
problem.
Well,
with
I'm
the
sure they'll
internet
show
these
it in the
days.
trailer. They'll show
Oh,
him meet
yeah.
himself in the trailer, and that will be
Yeah,
the big
that's-
trailer moment.
That'll be the only thing that will about the movie that'll make people curious because you know it's going to be dog shit. Anything else, watching an old man hobble is not going to. Nobody's going to want to. It's just like the trailer from Blade Runner where they had, you know, him in it. because
Even that,
He's-
it was like appropriately. It was appropriate for his age. You know, he wasn't
yeah,
like
it was.
being a Blade Runner again. But him is, I mean, even Crystal Skull. I know he's in his 60s still, but it was still way too old for that.
Yeah,
shit.
when he tried to run and do stuff, you could see it. He had that old man, like
He always had a weird fighting. He always had that, like he'd punch somebody and have this weird drunken follow through. You know, it's
Yeah.
and the older he gets, it's like it just gets worse and worse. He just needs to not be doing that kind of stuff.
I've just thought something really horrific. You don't think they're going to do like a Back to the Future style and insert old Indy and Phoebe Waller-Bridge in the backgrounds of the previous Indy films?
oh, that would be great, wouldn't it?
Right.
Oh,
So
no.
from what I've heard, and this is just rumors, but apparently there was an ending where they meet young Indy dies, he fades away, Phoebe Waller-Bridge picks up the hat, and then they have a montage of her doing like Indy's greatest scenes
Are you-
to
is
John
this a
Williams'
joke?
music.
Is this
No,
a joke?
this is a genuine rumor.
Yeah.
Why would she be able to pick up the hat? Why wouldn't the hat fade away too?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that
you're
involves
arguing
logic,
with
Yoda.
you're arguing with somebody who has decided it's going to be a good idea to gender swap Indy anyway. So I don't think semantics
my-
like that are really.
My
What-
nitpicking Star Trek brain just comes to the fore sometimes.
What's the is the absence of Shia LaBeouf going to be explained in this? Like, why is his son? Do we actually got his son as
I
being
don't know.
a major part of the film? Is he just?
I hope it's something
Well, apparently he's been
really
locked up.
hilarious and disrespectful. Like, yeah, he died of cancer. Oh, that sucked.
No,
not
no,
so
no, no,
much.
no. He's Shia LaBeouf is in the same nut house that what's his name? John Hurt was in the
Oh.
Crystal Skull.
You
You
know,
know,
it's gonna be
when
better
he's
than that.
writing on the walls and stuff. That's what Shia LaBeouf is doing now for real.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge is going to be Shia LaBeouf. He's going to have transitioned between
That's
the
what
third
it
and
is.
fourth and this one.
I was.
That's what it is.
You beat me to making that joke.
Yep.
The stupid thing is you do sit there and think, oh, are they? But
Do you know what's sad though? Do you know what? I would love nothing more than for this to be an excellent Indiana Jones film and to sign off and just go, right, okay. I know we all talk about the sunset on Last Crusade. It'd be nice, but isn't it sad that we've got to the state now where we want it to fail just so Kathleen Kennedy leaves?
Yeah.
We want one of our heroes that we grew up worshipping to actually go out on a stinker just
you're
because
not-
it will erase Kennedy.
You're not looking forward to this film at all. And if like I say, if years ago they said, "Oh, there's a new Indiana," or like when Crystal Skull came out, it was like, "Wow, it's a new Indiana Jones film, awesome! I can't wait to go and see it." And now we're at a state where it's like, you know what? I can't. I'm just not even bothered. It's
I don't
dead.
even care if it fails anymore. I just feel this tiredness. I don't care. You know, it's just so hard for me to generate even a negative emotion about these endless cash grabs
Yeah.
anymore. I don't even give a fuck.
That's the best way to be. Completely dead to it. I wish I was.
Yeah,
I'm not,
but
and I
you
hate
know,
myself
that's-
for it.
I think what's bothering me the most about all of it is just you and I know we've probably come to this conclusion a long time ago, but it's just like they're making this stuff to pretty much disrespect the people that loved it before. It's the only reason. It's the stuff is not made for any artistic reason or love for the property. You and I have had long discussions about this, Matt, on Star Trek. We've all talked about Star Wars. Indy's going to be the same way. And all these other properties that they keep bringing back, and it's like it's not done because they love the property. Even the stuff that's going on now. I mean, Marvel Phase 4, right? I mean, She-Hulk was not done because they wanted to tell a cool She-Hulk story. They admitted it was out of spite, and all of this is out of spite. And like going, what did we do to you? We gave you piles of money for decades so you could shit on us. I mean, it's like okay, thanks.
Yep.
I
Well, we know
don't
we know-
understand.
No.
And
I
their
mean, to be fair,
dedication to
out
these
of-
franchises. Sorry,
to
Phil.
be fair,
I was
I
like,
was going to say, to be fair, out of the four of us, we know that Sean has done a lot to women. So, yeah, he does owe payback. But
Reparations.
Sean Steen. Sean, change your name to Sean Steen.
Sean Steen.
Sean Burke. I prefer yeah, Sean, not Sean Steen. It would be Sean Thompson Steen.
Thompson Steen.
Yeah.
But can I give a shout out to Stark, who's private messaged us to say on
I just read that.
on fine form of the live stream tonight, guys. But after doing woman beating within the first 8 minutes, I will now be ignoring the phone for the evening in case YouTube's lawyers phone.
And for once, I'm the one at fault on that one.
Yeah.
Just to say, you're welcome, Stark. You're welcome.
Anytime, buddy.
Okie doke. So that's enough of indie because basically we've got another what?
Oh,
5
hey,
months.
my fan Heidi is here, who went on
Heidi's here.
Heidi is here. Went on an absolute drunken bender on my Instagram a couple of days ago, which is
I
very
saw
funny.
that.
And she
Yeah.
drunk posted like a maniac. It was very funny.
Yeah,
And
that was quite
Veruca
funny.
Salt's here as well.
And I'll
which is
tell you a
nice-
little.
nice one.
Here's a funny little thing about Heidi: is her great grandparents escaped Nazi Germany to go to South America for reasons. And although she's from Paraguay or Argentina or one of those shitholes, she looks like a certain small mustache man's wet dream, and she speaks German. And I'm not
Master
joking.
Race.
Oh,
I'm
and
not
we've got-
joking.
And we've got Leanne's with us as well. Hey, Leanne, it's nice to see you here.
It's
as
my
well.
hair. It's my harem.
Yeah,
Oh,
That's
I
it. We got a lot of
Veruca
women here
Salt.
tonight.
Yeah, it's my
There we
harem.
go.
goodness me, yeah, God. Hang on a minute,
That's the
everybody.
Sean's back.
Everybody,
I'm just going to look
Sean's
over
back.
there. Oh dear. Right. Okay. So next thing, Kang, a big deal.
Go on, Sean.
Wait,
You're
Jim.
the winner.
I can't.
Go on, mate.
you've been waiting all day for this, Sean. Come
I
on.
can't now. He made me laugh.
You do the first bit.
Yeah, we was.
Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic.
He
I'm
got-
disappointed in the
pressure's
both of
on,
you.
when the
You got me
pressure's on,
laughing.
they just fall to pieces. Fold quicker than Superman on laundry day. That's
You-
Come on, Sean. Give it. Take two, Sean.
You embarrassed me in front of my women. Look.
No, you did just
Yeah,
fine
you-
on your own.
No.
yeah,
I can't do
didn't
it.
need any help
No.
from me.
I'm not a performing monkey.
How did you get that pox in? Right, no.
Yeah.
Um,
I was with your mom. I was with your mom last night. That's how.
hey, no, you should leave my mom out of this, okay? Because all the diseases she's got, that's completely and utterly nothing to do with you.
All right, Matt.
But yeah,
you
no.
do it. You do it.
What? So we were Kangs and shit.
You didn't have enough. I need more.
Twang.
I need more pathos. Give me more
Oh, I
pathos.
can't. I'm not good at accents.
You've
Just
got,
over
an,
that
ac-
with-
you've got an accent. What are you talking about?
No, I
no,
speak
no,
normally.
it's
Everyone
YouTube.
else has got an
Yeah.
accent.
Oh, get
Dude,
out.
I'm the only one.
I'm
here
the only
with
one
an
who doesn't
accent.
speak with accent. I'm still speaking the King's English here.
Yeah.
It was funny actually watching these because I watched a couple of old Ealing comedies today, and every single bloke in them were like, "I say, this is jolly good," and like all of them had exactly the same accents, apart from two dodgy.
Oi, oh bean! I say, I found that very offensive, you cunt. Oi, isn't it, bitch? Shiny. How's that?
It was
How's that? for an
how unbelievably uncanny.
I'm a trained.
Threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Like
Let's
It
get
was,
on
it was
to-
literally like listening. It was like listening to Benedict Cumberbatch for a second.
it was like Sir Ian McKellen. I'm a trained classical actor of the theatre.
I'm an actor, darling.
I'm an actor.
I'm an actor.
Like
I love the
Branagh.
tiny little bit like he's perfect, and then just at the end there's that tiny bit of hillbilly that twangs in.
What with Sean?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it was
yeah,
you,
so-
Phil.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Heidi has a good point. It's we was Canes, not we were.
We was Kangs.
Yeah,
Oh.
we was Canes. Yeah.
So
Ah,
Leanne
How's
says
that? How's that?
Leanne says someone reset Sean. He's glitching.
I'm not going anywhere near his batteries.
Switch him to Spanish, like Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Kang is now Is he going to be a big deal in the new MCU? Is this going to be what, phase 5 or 6? I've
Who
lost
cares?
count now.
Who cares?
5. But yeah, at the moment, like I say, phase 4 had no build up to anything. Phase 4 was just kind of, oh, we'll just churn out some
This
movies.
is the first phase that didn't end with an Avengers movie, so there was nothing to. It ended with She-Hulk, I think, which is awful.
Wow.
That's the new high point. A She-Hulk, a 4 episode She-Hulk.
She-Hulk busting her way through Disney Plus and finding that it's all run by an algorithm and just deflating the meaning of the entire MCU.
Now, wait a minute.
Well done.
Here's the question that we didn't get answered when She-Hulk ended. No, nobody answered but Matt. She-Hulk, would you smang white when she's normal or green?
Green.
Phil,
Green, because she's got longer legs and bigger boobs.
you like that, don't
nothing.
you? Like that kind of? Do you want to be crushed between them thighs?
I'd have to go with. I'd have to go when she was
Whatever
human because no. The reason being is because when she's green and stuff, she would snap all the ropes that I tied her up with.
Look, whatever gets me to the sweet release of Oblivion, I'm fine with, man. I don't know what's the problem.
Is that
here.
what you call it? I am reaching the sweet oblivion. When he's making love, I am reaching the sweet oblivion.
Oh, baby, I'm about to oblivion. Yeah. Oblivion all over my face, Yoda.
People wonder why I just want to die all the time. Why all my jokes are about me dying. This is why.
His wife is like, baby, don't oblivion in my butt tonight. You know, I don't like that.
Do you know what? The worst thing is, Yoda, is in about 15 years' time, your granddaughter's going to go, hey, I didn't know Granddad done a live stream. I'm going to tune in and watch this.
No.
Look at Pornhub. Anything else. Look at anything else.
By that time, he'll have done like a witness protection thing, reaching his name legally and everything. But no, the reality is by the time that she's old enough to watch this, we'll all be in a gulag anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well, one or two things will happen. One, we will be in prison, or two, we will be ruling or running Disney or something.
That'd be nice.
It depends. It depends which way the luck falls.
I wonder if Elon could buy Disney. That would be pretty friggin' hilarious.
Wonder if you could buy Last Movie Outpost.
I'm for
That'd be
sale.
even better. I'm up for that.
You know what?
yeah.
I got a screen pitch right now. I got a screenplay pitch. All three of us go to some movie thing. Elon shows up and he offers us $1 million to sleep with Phil, and we're like, okay, go ahead, do it.
Hang on. Well,
Sleep with who?
me.
Phil, that guy, the one with the accent.
Hello.
Oh, Phil.
Thanks a lot, mate. Bloody hell. What?
I thought you said.
who
I thought you said
who the hell's
Seal
that?
was in the. I thought you said Seal was in the singer
No, Phil as that guy that has the
for
accent.
£1 million.
Yeah,
Do I get any of it?
no.
Oh.
It's
This is
for
the
us.
Heidi
worst
said she had
fucking
Seal
show
as well.
we have ever done.
Well,
I think I'll
we've
call
reach
it.
around.
I think I'll call it Indecent Question. Will be the name of it.
Every week.
Is he by himself?
no.
I've got questions.
No,
to do with this.
it's you. It'll be him and that kid with the weird name of his.
Hmm.
Well, filming it.
Oh, well, no, if he's only filming.
Produced by Harvey Weinstein.
Well, we've
We
covered,
already did that. Move on. Move on.
We've definitely covered whether Kang is a big deal or not. So let's move on to our next subject.
Wait a minute. For real though. What is Kang supposed to even? Is it another miniseries?
He's
type
like
thing?
I know
he's a
Thanos.
Kang. I know what he is. I'm
he's
asking,
the Kang.
Is he going to be a movie? Or is he going to be a
Yeah.
show?
He's the new Thanos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he is black,
Um,
so it makes sense that he's a bad guy.
Yeah, I don't know what he is in the comics because, like, at one point he's this warlord, and the next point he's like Franklin Richards and Time, and then he's another guy. I have no idea. His history is really convoluted, and I don't know enough about him and what they have in the MCU. I know his big introduction was him babbling away like a maniac to Loki.
Oh, and Loki,
it was not exactly the most, villainous, like foreboding kind of presence. You just wanted to, squirt some whipped cream on him and laugh or something. I don't
The
get
best
where they're
part-
going.
The best part was when, have you guys seen the deleted scene for that where Loki's like, do you know, Kane, that despite being 13% of the Marvel Universe population,
Heidi's just made a good comment where she said there that Phil is 2 syllables in Kentucky. So yeah, it's Dale.
she doesn't even speak English. She doesn't know how it's supposed to sound.
No, I took. There's a girl over here, and she said the other day. She said the word poor, but she's from up north here, and she said poor. And somebody said, "How is poor with 2 syllables? How does that work?" Poor. Anyway,
Your story sucks. Let's go to something else. Come on,
Right.
move on.
FTX the movie. I thought FTX was a graphics card.
I thought
But
it
it's
was
not.
like, I thought it was some sport where you rode motor dirt bikes over like
Yeah.
shit.
Now, Yoda,
No.
you know about this because you've lost money in crypto, haven't you?
Not with this asshole. I haven't.
Oh, okay.
So, Sam Bankman-Fried is a guy who ran a company called FTX. It was an exchange. You could get on the exchange, create an account, and directly from your bank account or whatever, you could buy different crypto. And he had another company called something. I can't remember what it was called, but it was loaning. He was loaning money back and forth between his 2 companies using his own token that he created. Now, all these exchanges create their own tokens. Binance has one, KuCoin has one, everything. It's basically you create your own token and they trade it. It gets money back and forth. What he was doing was he was loaning the token that he was creating and then calling it real collateral. And it was a huge Ponzi scheme. And I got to tell you, the money he lost makes Bernie Madoff look like a piker.
Didn't
So
get any of that.
it's
Who?
Bernie Madoff.
It's before your time.
Before wasn't that long ago.
Just roll with it.
Okay.
But the point is,
sorry,
is that-
sorry. Just to go. Oh, okay. Hmm.
yeah. The point is, he was doing a Ponzi scheme, and then on top of that, he was pretty much donating piles of money to the Democratic Party and greasing all kinds of wheels in the government to try to get the government to pass certain types of crypto regulations so that you had to be licensed.
Just one of our commenters, Heidi, of course, wanted just out of curiosity wondered what religion Bankman belonged to.
He belonged to the woke religion, literally.
I think that
His mom was like a professor, and his
Well,
father.
what-
I mean, they were all these leftist nonsense people. I know what you're saying. I'm not going to go there.
it wasn't
I'm just-
me. It wasn't me. It was the comment.
I just look. I think we've already had our allotment of before we get a community guideline strike here. So
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
just.
He did.
Point
launder
is,
through,
is that
it was laundered through Ukraine before it went to the DNC. That's an important
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And Heidi, just to answer your question, it says, Sean, your volume is lower than everyone else. Yeah, and we meant to turn his microphone off and we forgot, so we've just had to leave it now.
I don't know what. Maybe it's just this thing. I'm reduced
So
to
going
these.
back to
headphones.
this, how
Yeah.
deep are
Point
they
is,
going to go
Bank-
into this film though? Are they going to talk about money laundering and Democrats
I-
and
I-
Ukraine?
I-
No.
it's-
No.
I doubt it. I would be very surprised if they made because the Democrats. I like the guy who runs the SEC, Garrett Gensler. He's been going after like coders who did nothing wrong, and he's been suing legitimate ones because the SEC, the way they do regulation is they sue you, you settle, and that's how they come up with a regulation. They don't actually tell you what the regulations are and let you know what law you've broken or anything because they don't know how to do any of this. And that would take work. So they just sue, they get a settlement, they fatten their bank accounts, and then they make regulation out of that. And Gensler has been going after legitimate parties who have been begging them to say, let's do this. Well, ponying up and going to parties and being chubby chummy with this Sam Bankman-Fried who ran FTX. So that's, I mean, this guy was running the Ponzi scheme to end all Ponzi schemes, to be honest with you, and he was a
you say
complete piece
that.
of shit. Yeah,
Because they won't
till
end,
the
will
next
they?
one.
You know?
Yeah.
Well,
It's like- it's
wait
like-
a minute, wait a minute. We assume you meant the Ponzi scheme to end all Ponzi schemes, not counting the United States government.
Well, to be honest with you, in a microcosm, that's exactly what he was doing. He prints his own money and then loans it out, and waiting for the house of cards to collapse. I mean, what do you think is happening with the U.S. dollar right now?
My favourite thing from that was The Simpsons, where he says, "No, this isn't a pyramid scheme; it's a trapezoid."
Yeah,
It's
it's about like that. And I know I'm
Yeah.
glossing over a lot of the details, but in
It's too-
essence,
It's two pyramids forming a rhombus.
Yeah.
but in essence, this guy was he was the worst kind of criminal because he had he was saying all the right things. Like, I just drive a Corolla. I'm giving all my money to save the environment or to stop, help Black Lives Matter, or to give piles of money to Democrats. Like he was going to be this saintly. They treat him like some sort of saintly philanthropist that wanted to help people. That's all he was interested in. He was robbing people to blind.
You're so mad about this. It makes me question whether you did lose any money on FTX or not. Because
I did not, but everybody who is in crypto lost because the markets tanked. So and it's not just the crypto markets. I mean, the S&P, the Dow, everything had a real problem because he was so tied into so many things. Now, in the long run, I think this is good. You gotta flush out these guys if you and get some real regulation in there so that things can move forward. But it's not like the stock market, which has been going on for 150 years, didn't have Enron and MCI and all kinds of other shit. The 2008 crisis. I mean, this stuff happens everywhere.
Veruca Salt has just said, "I love that Tom Brady lost nearly 650 million."
Yeah, fuck him. He was in there with SBF, and so was there was a bunch of other guys.
Larry David.
Whenever I see a comment like that and it's like lose 650 million, I imagine myself saying, "Yeah, but I'm paying it off £10 a week." It won't be
For
long.
Brady, that's probably stuff under his couch.
My dad
Yeah.
My dad worked for this when he worked in the coal mines. He worked for this guy, and he said, I was trying to remember what the dude's name was, but anyway, he said Willie Bevins is his name, and Dad, he was very tight. Dad said the guy, even though he owned the coal mines, if you ate half of a sandwich and threw it down on the ground, he'd pick it up and eat it. That's how tight he was. And Dad says he told me one time, he said, Willie, you can't take it with you. And he said, he looked at Dad and said, "No, I'll have Tiny bring it with her," which was his wife.
I'll be honest with you. I'd be all for this movie if they make it really honest and really.
They won't. Because
if it's no holds barred. If
The people
they don't, I agree. They won't.
The
But
problem
I would
is
be
they
for it
need
if they
money
did.
to make this movie.
the
and
same
so
people,
it-
the same people involved in this up to their asshole are involved in that. So they're not going.
Yeah,
think we can all-
that's the problem.
We can all be rest assured, though, that Maxine Waters is leading the investigation into it, though. So we're bound to see the truth eventually come out.
She will get to the bottom of things for sure.
Without a doubt.
Our most competent representative in Congress.
She's definitely going to get to the bottom of this. So that'd be good.
Yeah, I
Okey-doke.
hate that I've gotten to this point, but I'm like I don't want to anybody to take action or anything, but I'm really to the point. It's like the Pelosi's, the Maxine Waters, all these people. It's like we'd just be better off they just passed away and died because they're not letting go of power.
Skull mask moment. Yoda needs a skull mask.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I mean they won't retire and leave.
Yeah.
So they're
there
hurting
is-
the country.
There's no political solution. That's what I've been saying. What we need to do is form up and march on to D.C. This time. Wait a minute. I better stop myself.
Yeah, I was going to say, Stark's probably having a nervous breakdown right now. He's been sitting there.
What's the
empty
problem?
bottles of whiskey.
You can see him on the phone going, "No, he's joking again. No, it is just
Yeah.
a joke. Yeah, it is. No, it is a joke. Yeah."
Well, we tried that already, Sean. And
No,
you remember what
no,
happened? Everybody was
no.
like, "Wait, I thought you brought the guns. You didn't bring it. Nobody brought. We're conservatives. Nobody brought a fucking gun."
Well, put me in.
One guy did.
I'm gonna be in charge of it this time. I'm gonna be the leader of these group
Wait,
of
you got
people that
your
are.
buffalo. You got your buffalo hat and your podium, and you didn't bring a gun. What the hell, guys? We talked about this.
Guys, stop interrupting my Fed posting, please. I'm right in the middle of trying to get us all arrested, and you're making a joke out of it.
Yeah, so our laughter keeps them at bay.
I got
Okay, let's
news
move.
for you, buddy. Even if it's a joke, you're probably still going to go to jail just for being on the stream with me.
Stark on the comments.
Yeah,
He says now he's on about armed insurrection now. For fuck's sake. So let's move on to something else.
Hey,
Okay,
wait a minute.
I'm not going
Tell-
to jail for being on the stream with you. You're going to jail for being on the stream with me.
Listen, somebody needs to tell Stark that it's only insurrection if you lose.
That's true.
Valid point.
So there is a lot riding on this. That's fair enough. So in other news, I thought this was quite interesting. We reported a while back that Bradley Cooper might have been playing Ric Flair, the wrestler, in a up and coming biopic.
Do the woo. Do the Ric Flair woo.
Whoa!
Nailed it.
I'll take your word for it.
But it turns out that the movie itself is actually going to be about the Von Erich family.
Oh,
And
thank God.
I looked this up, but I didn't realise that their whole life, basically, I'm going to read this because it says the entire story.
No, wait.
is just from-
Before you read that, does any of us watch that shit or care about that shit?
I used to back in the day, when The Rock was doing it. I used to quite enjoy wrestling. It was quite good fun.
You like the
I was well
muscle?
before that.
Yeah.
Gay.
Hulk
You are
Hogan,
so-
Ultimate Warrior, those were the days.
So, you guys are so gay.
I watched it when
What's gay about
Hulk
two muscle
Hogan,
men
Andre the
greased
Giant.
up, rolling around on the floor together? Sorry, what's gay about that? I don't think so.
Well, now that you put it that way, you're right. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the South Park when they did the wrestling?
I don't
And
like that
the-
gay shit either.
The kids were. It was great because the kids were doing the wrestling, and they started getting a big audience and everything. And the thing is, they never did any actual wrestling. It was all a giant soap opera, and Cartman would come out with like a wig on, talking about how this wrestler wanted him to get an abortion all the time, and Vince McMahon comes out. They put him in a very, a posh box. He's got the opera glasses on, saying, "Well, let's see how these guys do."
So the story about the Von Erichs was the entire story is often presented as a cautionary tale about parental influence, sibling rivalry, and various dangers of professional wrestling. What had happened to the family was they had, I can't remember the details off the top of my head, but one of them drowned when he was very young. Another one committed suicide. Another one shot himself in the chest.
Nice.
And it led to a lot of people actually thinking that the family were cursed because there was so
Sounds
many
like a
deaths
Marvel
and stuff.
audience.
It sounds like they all had information that would lead to Hillary Clinton's arrest.
And he
You win
accidentally-
this round, sir.
He accidentally, repeatedly stabbed himself in the back 17 times.
Worst case of suicide they ever saw.
Yeah. But it was. I like I say, back in the days when wrestling was good. It was on recent TV over here, and now the soap opera thing. I mean, it's a soap opera with wrestling nowadays, as opposed to what it was back in the day. But it was kind of like the highlight days of the 80s and 90s when wrestling was still entertainment. And I quite like the idea of seeing it, the movie, when it comes out. I think it's going to be quite good.
You would.
I mentioned that Chris Hemsworth's supposed to be doing a Hulk Hogan film, isn't he? So I hope they cross over and we get some sort of
Oh, so we got
Rocky 3 version of when Hulk Hogan finally fights Ric Flair at some WrestleMania 96. And it's like the trilogy that no one wanted but needed.
Let's move on. I don't care about this shit.
You just want to move on, just making it hard.
It's such a shame. I've really missed Sean.
The comments are complaining and calling you guys gay, and you only liked it because you were young and stupid. I'm trying to spare you all for being insulted by women.
Somebody thinks I'm young. Oh, nice. Thank you.
Sean, do you think we're not used to being insulted by women? We're married, for Christ's sake.
Well,
Yeah.
that's normal. You don't want strange women insulting you.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
quite
pretty used to that
as well.
too. I went to high school.
I'm quite happy. To be fair, I'm quite used to the pointing and laughing now. So
Yeah.
it's not an issue.
Any press is bad press is good press, isn't it?
Was wrestling? There you go. Heidi's just asked, was wrestling good or were you just young? Probably just young. Wrestling. But no, I used to find it quite entertaining. I always just sort of found it was like I say, it's quite good. But nowadays, it is literally a soap opera, and then they put some wrestling bouts in between it.
It's not. They're not really hurting each other, don't you? It's fake.
I don't think so. I've seen people they go like that, so they must be in pain.
Except for when they
Idiot.
accidentally fall from the ceiling of an arena
Yeah.
right to the concrete. That looked real.
Yeah.
Well, that blood coming out of his mouth, that's good.
He's
called-
dedicated to his craft.
Wow.
Yeah. Very
You can only
good.
do it once.
Yeah.
No, I didn't just get older and realise it sucks. Now it does suck now because it is just boring. Like I say, it's not like it used to be. It's all about the drama. Exactly. Thank you, Veruca. It's all about the drama. Anyway, moving on. Sean, if you and me just want to pop off and get a drink a minute, then Yoda and Matt will sit there with semis talking about what the DCU might happen with Kingdom Come.
Let these
This could take a while.
I'm just gonna hurry.
Yeah. Well,
There
after
goes-
the wrestling
Matt,
talk, and that is.
There goes
Let's
the
stretch
bird
this
now.
out so we can keep these two assholes off the stream for a while.
There goes, there go the women.
Well, I believe the story is that they're thinking about taking the DCU and adapting Kingdom Come to it. I honestly just don't think that that's going to work.
I said it a couple of weeks back, so I think James Gunn has obviously been watching the live streams and nicking our ideas.
Yeah, I don't know. I just I wonder if Phil actually read it yet and understood that how awesome it is.
Yeah, I did.
You had,
was,
you had homework to do, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
What? The cat ate the comic? Is that what happened?
When did you say I had to read it? You never said that.
That's. I believe we discussed this last week. I'll get the tape.
I don't remember that. Otherwise, I
weren't-
would have found it somewhere and read it.
You'd be too
Sure
busy
you would've.
watching old wrestling videos.
That's right.
Yeah. I
On
don't remember
Pornhub.
that.
Here's something a lot more interesting. Heidi wants to know if you call a wedgie in England a Melvin. Is that true?
No,
No.
Sorry.
I've never
Heidi.
heard it called. I've never
You're-
heard it called a Melvin.
You are the victim of misinformation.
And
Carry
I'll
on.
answer your other question, Heidi. Are we blowing off first Germany versus Spain? No, I've actually got it on in the corner while we're talking.
You might
Yeah,
want
every now and then Matt just sort of goes, and with the news.
Yeah.
Yes, Indiana Jones is being de-aged. Yes. Okay, funny thing to get excited about there, Matt. But
When you say Germany versus Spain, I'm really hoping it involves a blitzkrieg or something.
Yeah, that's me too.
I think we'll save the Kingdom Come, Yoda, for a more distinguished
Yeah,
conversations
I
between
think you and I
my
need to
good self.
discuss this because it is a.
no, please carry on. Me and Sean really want to talk about it.
It's too highbrow for you, Phil. It's too highbrow.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I like
the
the fact that
pictures
you
have-
said I was going to say I have to read it, so
Yeah.
no.
The pictures have words. It's going to be a little above you.
You just go back to watching The Rock throwing naked men around.
Yeah.
That was her.
Yeah, we'll do that, Yoda. We'll do it under a more.
All right, then let's move.
conversation.
Okay, no. This is fair. Let's move on to something then, which is much more mature and much more movie orientated. The Barbie movie.
I cannot wait to see the Barbie movie. I really can't.
I am in that mindset of my brain just can't comprehend who came up with this idea, and I want to see
Dude.
it just because.
Dude, Ryan Gosling. He's literally me.
I'm telling you, somebody saw Margot Robbie and went, "That's it, Barbie movie.
Barbie.
It's greenlit." I saw her in Wolf of Wall Street.
So quick, right?
Yeah.
I do not
Matt,
think it's going to be the
Matt,
same as that.
Matt,
I
would
hope
you,
it is.
Matt, would you smang Margot Robbie dressed as Barbie?
Would I? Well, the problem would she actually have working private parts? Because Barbie obviously has.
Oh,
Well, no,
yeah. She didn't have nipples either, did she? So,
well, she's still got a mouth.
very
Okay.
good hands.
Here's the thing: you don't have to go. You could just. You don't have to say dressed as Barbie. Just would you smang Margot Robbie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
If smang means shag,
Smang.
then
yeah.
she could be covered in bullshit, and I would.
It means smash and bang combined.
Then
Why,
yes.
Matt? Why was she
I
covered
would-
in horse excrement?
I would let Margot Robbie give me AIDS.
I would let Margot Robbie pee in my butt.
I would like to hold Margot Robbie's hand.
Yeah.
I like how Sean says, "Let her,"
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
as if it wasn't his idea in the first place. You know.
Okay,
Treat yourself.
let me be a little bit more romantic. I would rape Margot Robbie so hard. It would be the most horrific 10 seconds of her life. Let me tell you this.
Stark sitting there now like this, typing furiously, going, "You fucking wankers!"
Pull the plug. Pull the plug. Pull the plug.
No,
He's
I get visions.
Too far from me.
I get
He
visions
doesn't
now
live
of
too
like
far
the
from me, so he jumps in his car straight down.
Barbie convention and Sean turning up with a burlap sack.
Yeah, I know this Sean's idea of romance. He shows up at the door with flowers and a pinball machine. You ready?
I wouldn't spend that much money. All I need is my gun, a little rope, and a ski mask.
Not even lube.
He's whittled that down.
No,
He's
even
whittled
just
that
wait,
down.
going
What do you-
dry.
Lube. That would cut down on the friction and her discomfort. What are you talking about?
You know, one day, you know, in the probably not too distant future, when you're getting led away in handcuffs, and we find out about all this horrific shit you've done, you're like,
Yeah.
did you have any clue, Yoda? No, he was quiet. He
nothing.
kept to himself.
For once, it would be nice. You know, when somebody's like died, and they always put them on the local news, and they always say, "Oh, he was such a nice person." Everything else. For once, it would go, "No, we knew he was terrible. He was
Yeah,
awful."
we called you guys. We kept calling you guys every week. You wouldn't do nothing about it.
Unrelated to the viewers, I'm back on Twitter, by the way. If you want to,
For now,
watch my
Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
Sean Gordon,
Brother.
tell him your claim to fame with Stephen King.
And how?
Yes, I hurt Stephen King's feelings so bad that he personally reported my tweet to him. And I did this by reminding him that he was deserted by his father he never knew. He took that personally, boys. He took that personally.
He sure did.
well,
He did.
Sure
it seemed like you meant it personally.
I did. In fairness, I did.
He took it as it was intended. So you got to give him that part at
That's
least.
true. Yeah, I did. In fairness, I did. It's not his fault.
Your dad left you. Nothing personal.
Your dad took one look at you when you were born and said, "Fuck that, I'm out of here."
So sorry. Can you insult somebody and say whatever you like as long as you just say nothing personal at the end of it? Is that right?
Yes, and you can also
Oh,
say
right, yeah.
you can also make up anything you want to it as long as at the end of it you say, "And that's a fact that it's true," and that's a fact.
So, despite all Stephen King's millions, did his father ever try and get in contact with him again, or did he just go, "No, you're just such a fucking douchebag. I'm
I'm not even interested in the money. Yeah.
I've seen your tweets, man. Give it up.
Anyway,
He
let's
was-
move on to something.
I like recently this morning he was telling Elon how to run a big tech social media company, and was explaining to Elon it's not the same as cars or rockets. and he is a guy that makes up fake stories on his computer would know more about all three of those things than the world's richest man. Clearly,
the best reply Elon gave him is because he was threatening to leave Twitter and everything else, and then he tweeted something, and Elon Musk just put, "Oh hi, lol." That was it. And, it's such a dish as well. Can I just jump in quickly, change subject? Heidi, England never want Germany to win at football ever. So there's your answer. Anyway,
So that's the Barbie movie, everybody.
Guys, our favorite.
What has
commenter-
Germany ever done to deserve this hate?
Guys, our favorite commenter on the website is in the chat. Zap Brannigan has shown up in person, boys.
Zap back again.
Zap is here.
England hates
I love
Spain.
Zap. What are you talking about?
You just can't quit us, Zap.
Yeah,
We don't hate Spain more than Germany.
No.
We hate them all equally. Everybody.
You
not
just hate the
English.
mainland.
Yeah, even the English people hate the Welsh and the Scottish and the Irish and everything else. We all hate everybody with the same disdain.
Yes, because when Wales lost the other day, I laughed my nut off. It was hilarious.
One.
And then I saw videos of England and the Welsh fans fighting out in Qatar as well, which was even better.
Oh, it makes you so proud. Really
You know
does
what-
make you proud.
You know
And
what
they
I
did
like
it without
about-
drinking. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see. Yeah.
They were
Actually, funny enough, watching the fighting, I did think to myself, this is a bit half-hearted. And it was like, oh, of course they're not drinking, are they? Yeah, that's what it is.
No.
When you're drunk, you really go for it. But when you're sober, it's like, oh, hang on a minute, no, that might hurt.
Oh, I got to be at work in the morning. Shit.
Yeah. Okay, then, let's move on to
Is it-
trailers from this week.
Let's go.
What?
Do it. Let's go. Come on.
Okie doke. So, first of all, there's been the final Avatar trailer. Because when's Avatar out again? It's this month, isn't it? December now.
16th.
16th
So,
of
Oh,
December.
oh, that
2.5
comes out
weeks.
this. That's this year.
yeah, it's about 2 weeks' time.
Shit, man.
Eggy's excited about this, aren't you, mate?
I wouldn't say I'm excited, but I'm definitely going to go and check it out. Yeah, I think with the current trend of movies and the abysmal level that we've grown to accustom, hats off to Cameron for actually sticking to his guns and attempting something different. People can
Guys,
take it off, that's fine.
How-
Hold that. Wait a minute.
Something different? It's a sequel. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
No, but it's not. It's not a Marvel. It's not a Star Wars. It's a 13-year sequel in the making. So yeah, I'm going to go and see it.
Oh, yeah, you're
Let's be
right.
honest, what else-
A decade plus sequel to a very popular property. Nobody's done that before.
Is it in 3D?
I think it looks lovely. I'm going to go and see it.
Is it in
It looks
3D?
lovely.
Is it using 3D too? The same technology?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing. I'm not going to go and see it in 3D though. That's like
He might.
migraine
he-
material.
you know what? They might have hooked me with that because that was some impressive 3D in that first one.
That's what I mean.
Well,
It's
apparently-
impressive for TV.
apparently-
he's been ambitious.
Apparently, the 3D is so good, at no point do you take your glasses off to see what the film looks like without them. That's how
Guys,
good it is. You keep your glasses on all the time.
I just want you to pause that thought and say that Heidi is talking about her time in all-female boarding school as a hot German teenager, and I just wanted to make sure that nobody wanted to talk about that instead, and then instead move on about the movie stuff.
Sean, you
Boarding-
idiot! We've all
boarding school.
we've all
Yeah.
screenshotted it, and I was saving it for later. Thanks, mate. All right, trying to keep it on the down
Boarding
low.
school in Kent. I'm in Kent. Whereabouts in Kent was it, Heidi? Tell me. I'll probably be
I wouldn't.
stalking outside there when I
I
was a young man.
wouldn't.
I'd like to
Um,
see more of that than Avatar, too. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So is no one going to see it? Am I the only one that's going to go and see
No,
it?
I there's a 75% chance I probably will go sit in the theater.
My
in
wife
3D.
is going to drag me to it.
Streaming when it's on streaming in not 2D. I don't care.
I just never understood the popularity of the first one because that
Oh,
story
it's not a
awful.
good movie. But it's
It's terrible.
spectacle. The story's
It's
dumb.
a spectacle.
It's a but then it's a roller coaster ride. That's what you're going for. You're going for the roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
You're not going for an actual movie. You're going to because I'll admit that the technology in IMAX, the correct 3D was fantastic. I'll give it that. But I mean, I still couldn't get over, like, I could not roll my eyes hard enough when Giovanna Ribisi was like, they have the big control room, and everybody's going,
Yeah.
moment in Sector 7G, and all this kind of stuff. And it's just all this hustle and bustle. And he's there in the middle with a putting green. I'm like, oh, is this the bad guy? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, that's right. Where's his white cat?
But yeah. I was like, oh, I bet he's a corporate guy that likes money. It was so obvious. It was just terrible. And I don't see that this is going to be any different because Cameron is, since Titanic, man, he's just been nothing but obvious
Yeah,
with a lot of money behind him.
it
Yeah,
is weird.
that's true.
Okay, so
Well, I'm
moving
looking
on from
forward
that.
to it, so fuck you lot.
Nice.
And
Other
I'm
than that,
sticking up for you and Kingdom Come too. You disappoint me, man.
Yeah, there you go. See, so I've got two allies. I've got Kingdom Come above me here, and I've got Avatar there. You up there.
okay, then hang on.
I don't know what.
Right, so-
I don't know what he's trying to do there. It looked like he's trying to feed the donkey.
Leave the donkey out of this.
He was trying to swap some bobs. Hey, doing a little bit of bob swapping. Are you?
Doing a little bit of bob swapping down the pub. Oh, it's going to be lovely, that, right? Did anybody see the trailer for White Noise with Adam Driver?
No.
No.
Good. Let's move on from that then. I don't know. It kind of looked interesting, but then it said it was by the guy who did. Adam Driver did the one with Scarlett Johansson, Marriage.
Oh, Marriage Story or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and I switched that off because it was boring as hell. And
Wasn't that just like they argued for 2 hours and then divorced? It's like,
Yeah.
I get that in real life. I don't need
spoiler?
it.
I haven't reached the end yet. Now one we'll quickly glaze over this. Copenhagen Cowboy looks all right. So next then,
Wait a minute.
I haven't watched
yeah,
that yet.
Copenhagen
watched that.
Cowboy. It's a new one from Wing Ring Fing Ding. What's he called?
Nicholas
Nicholas-
Winding Refn to you, please.
I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. It does look interesting. However, Only God Forgives was the most drawn out, boring piece of artwork.
Shut your fucking whore mouth. We do
No.
not disrespect Refn in this house. Not
I will-
not when I'm home anyway.
I will give him. What was the first one he did? Driver was great.
No,
But
it's not Driver, and it wasn't the first one. No, Heidi, I don't
Drive.
use any tobacco products. No, it looks great. It looks very much like a Refn movie. It's probably going to be very violent.
What's
It
it
looks
about?
great.
Can you tell me what it's about? 'Cause I haven't seen it.
Yeah, woman's out for revenge. Not kind of, the revenge story.
Woke.
Classic.
Woke.
Yeah.
What's she out for revenge for?
I don't know, probably fucking Weinstein's or something. Who knows?
Right.
That's usually it, isn't it? Or I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, it looks great. He's great. I don't care what anybody says. He's a fucking genius. Anybody else that doesn't agree, that's a fucking piece of shit.
What's he done?
Right,
That
no,
shit
hang on.
Dude,
No.
he did
I'm just
Drive.
looking him up. And I didn't realise he did Bronson with Tom Hardy, which was
That was
amazing. Oh no, that was fantastic.
shit. Terrible.
Only
Fucking
God
ego trip
Forgives.
for Tom Hardy.
I do remember Neon Demon being very good, but Only God Forgives I thought was just
He did a little film called The Best Movie Ever Made, I like to call, and I think he titled Drive.
Oh, he did Drive, did he?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Thank you for
Careful.
giving me that, Matt.
Well, no, because I think
thinnest
you
of
mentioned
thin
Drive
ice.
recently, and I watched. Is it Beyond the Pines as well?
No, he didn't do that, but that's
he
very.
didn't do that.
It seems like a Refn movie, though, don't it?
Right.
I didn't realise that Copenhagen Cowboy was actually a series. It's a 6
Yeah,
episode
it's a-
series
Yeah, it's a TV show, not a.
movie.
and
Oh
I-
right, okay.
And I've heard from disreputable types that it can be found already in certain places that people like you three would go to watch stuff.
The cinema.
Pornhub. Why is it on there?
No, the other one, the one that's the other.
It
one.
always comes back to that with you, doesn't it, man? Always comes back to that.
I'm gonna ban this cocksucker Hammond in the chat because he said he didn't care for Drive. So just ignore me banning this guy.
No, don't ban him. All right, don't ban one of our 6 followers. Bloody hell, that's not going to help, is it?
Heidi says the title of the movie is Droid in the UK. So
Drive. Yeah, it's drive.
Droid.
Who
That's
likes
how
going
Phil
for a good
speaks.
drive? No, excuse me, I speak proper. You speak with the accent. Now, don't give me that.
No, I'll speak properly.
Okie doke. So let's move
Other
on then
trailer?
to.
Any
What's
more
the other
trailers?
one?
Is that it?
No,
Just
there was
two?
only those 3. 3. White Noise, Avataring, Copenhagen Cowboy. But let's move on then to reviews of the week, because it's there's some bits and pieces have come out this week. Yoda, you went to see The Fabelmans,
Yep.
and you were not massively impressed with it.
You know, I mean, when you're watching it, you're kind of going along because Spielberg, you know, he can make a movie, and all the individual scenes are pretty well done, you know, and you're watching, you're going through them, but it's one of those. I think it's the absolute definition of less than the sum of its parts. It's got all these moments and things happening, and you're kind of going along, but at the end, you go, What is the point you're trying to make here, Steve? I know it's his life. I know these things happened in his life, but I mean,
just
I'm
trying
like
to tell
going,
an interesting story.
well, that's just it. I mean, I'm not saying these things didn't happen. I'm just saying I don't know what he's trying to say, because
He's
from the
trying to-
trailers,
He's trying to say, "Oh, look how great I am! Oh my God, I'm so up my own ass, and I'm so artistic. Ugh. Pay me to watch me talk about myself for 2 hours."
well, that would fit in with the theme, I guess. But it, if there was a theme, like if you look at the trailer, it talks about how you got Judd Hirsch in there, who apparently that's his entire scene is in the trailer. He's in the movie for like 5 minutes and he's gone.
Who?
And Judd Hirsch,
Judd Hirsch.
guy from Taxi, the father in Independence Day.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, art and family, they'll tear you in two. It's like, well, the father was nice to the son. He did kind of say, hey, this is probably not the best route to go for a lucrative career. It's a very tough business to be in film and all that kind of stuff. But he bought him like editors and film cameras, and he went to all of his premieres that he showed at the school. Yeah, things like that. It wasn't like he was completely stopping him. And if it was about the wife, like art versus, science, or art versus life, because he was an engineer and he worked for IBM and he did all this fairly big stuff with microchips and that sort of thing. And his wife was a pianist, like to
A what?
Shiva was. I'm not doing it again. But we're gonna get through one of these without your sick fucks getting in on it. But she could play the piano, and she even got on TV, but she was never able to take it anywhere. But they never got the sense that the husband was stopping her. Meantime, she's pretty much in love with his best friend and ends up leaving the family for the best friend, who's played by Seth Rogen. And I'm like going, the only thing I got out of it was being a husband and a father, doing your best for your family is a thankless job. Nobody appreciates you for, and fuck you over in the end.
Which Matt is proving right now.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was listening, sorry.
I mean, that was the only, that was all I could see, because poor Paul Dano's character, I mean, he ends up in a small apartment. He's still working. I mean, he still makes money, but he ends up in a small apartment. His family has pretty much left him. His son is living with him, but because it's in LA and he wants to be in movies, that's why he's there. Not so much that he wanted to stick by his father. The mother is with the friend in a nice suburb with the daughters, laughing it up. And this is supposed to be about art versus logic or something. I don't know. It's just
woman moment.
Yeah. All I can say is, Steve, your mom was a bitch. I don't care how much. You do.
Well, did you see the documentary from a few years ago? They did.
I
Basically
didn't.
tell the whole story anyway. His dad ends up. Can you believe she leaves the dude she left him for, and he takes her back later on in life?
No,
That wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, but if you watch the Spielberg, the documentary from just 2018 or 2017 or something like that, he tells the stories like, yeah, she cucks him, and then years later she's like, you know what, that was a mistake, and Steve's dad takes her back.
I felt bad for the guy because I mean he didn't come across. Maybe he came across. He was a gentle and kind man, and I guess you say, well, Steven Spielberg made him like that, but he did. The word "cuck" did cross my mind as well, and but I just feel like you work your ass off, you give your kids and your family nicer and nicer houses. Yeah, he had to move across the country, but he did his best. He wasn't beating his wife. He wasn't stopping her from doing anything. He was generally encouraging of his kids. And what does he get for his trouble? I'm like going, if that's the message you're trying to give, Steve, then well done. It didn't feel like that was the message you're trying to give, but that's the message I received.
Very subversive, isn't it?
Just want to say a quick hello to Brainbug, who's joined us. He was very, very chatty last week. Nice to see you here. We did start over an hour ago, but it's nice that you finally joined us.
Don't be passive aggressive.
Wow.
We did start over an hour ago.
Pretty
I'm a
bold,
bit gutted you
man.
didn't like that Fablemans.
Speaking of woman moment, Jesus, Phil.
I'm a bit gutted you didn't like that Fablemans. I was really looking forward to it. Now I'm a bit like,
Well, I mean, I'd be interested to see if anybody gets the same thought that I had from it, because I mean, I know it's going Oscar. Well, I think the Rotten Tomatoes, I was surprised it wasn't as what I thought it would be.
It is 6 o'clock UK time, 12 o'clock CST. Every week has been for the last million years. That's what it feels like.
You know what? I miss the days when Spielberg made bubblegum pop summer blockbusters, and it was fun.
Yeah.
Not these meditative, up his own ass think pieces about the nature of being an artist and a family man and a father.
Well, the problem is that when he tries to do one of those, you end up with either Ready Player One or The Crystal Skull. So
he's lost. He lost whatever he had after what?
So it's got 82% audience and 93% tomato meter. I don't know. I just didn't think it was.
That's from Rotten Tomatoes, Shield Central. So,
well, I was looking at the audience score as well.
yeah, the audience score is the one you want to judge by. I'm gonna go and watch it. Well, I'm not gonna go anywhere and watch it. I'm gonna wait for it to appear online.
Give it a week.
streaming.
Yeah, wait for it to stream.
I know this.
No, I was just going to say, Brainbug has said that he's been at his mum's house because she's been his 44th birthday. So happy birthday to Brainbug.
Happy birthday.
Don't sing the song. We'll have to pay copyright.
Oh, let me do it. I was going to do the Marilyn Monroe cover version, though. I think that's
don't ruin it.
God, no, that's even worse.
Happy birthday.
I think my dick's just gone back inside itself.
Speaking of,
would
and for that,
would it be better if I did it as The Rock?
For the 74th time this stream, Yoda wishes he were dead.
speaking of biopics, I watched Lamborghini, the man behind the legend. Yoda sort of said that there's kind of like tropes that they do when there's this kind of movie, and then Lamborghini went through every trope there was. For example, and there's spoilers in here, he ends up making cars. No, his dad was a farmer, but he was dead set against him building tractors because initially he built tractors. His wife dies during pregnancy.
Wah, 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 wah.
There was a couple of other things which were just very sort of like, oh, really?
At any point in the movie, does he go, "Oh, Mamma Mia"? That's a spicy
I love a pepperoni.
That's a spicy meatball with my mama.
They do.
Spicy sports car.
They do the accents, which I actually quite liked. That everybody was trying to do an Italian accent and stuff. But
It's
at
a
the end of the
me,
movie.
Lamborghini.
It's a me, a Mario Lamborghini.
I go from them. But at the end of it, it did actually say that Lamborghini had nothing to do with the production of this, and some of the details had been changed. So this isn't kind of like a biopic at all. It's just kind of like a story about a bloke who made
Why
a
the fuck you
car.
make it?
It's a soft reboot.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Did I?
it was
Did I ever?
quite.
Hush. Did I ever tell you the story about the about my friend whose college pal bought that Ferrari, and then his dad's like, "No, he took the tuition money and he bought this Ferrari instead of finishing college." And his dad's like, "You stupid son of a bitch!" He's like, "Oh, Dad, it's gonna be worth a fortune one day." He's like, "Oh my God, I'm disowning you." And so this guy for like the next 30 years keeps sinking money in this Ferrari that nobody wanted. And then back in like 2012, turns out that Ferrari was like the only one of 3 that still existed. Ferrari got a hold of him and gave him $1.3 million for it and his choice of a brand new current production Ferrari. And he told his dad's like, "See, I told you that'd pay off."
Open his mouth.
True story.
Zap's just asked there anything on Italian communism. No. Ultimately, about that. No.
I would like to thank our last movie Outpost audience, and if we haven't insulted your race, religion, or creed yet, just continue watching. We'll get to you.
You
know
know
what I'm
that
really-
Spain,
you know-
Spain
you know
score
what-
against Germany because you're going to be hearing
know
a
what
few choice words.
You know what I can't stand about the Amish? They just think they're better than us, you know?
But no, Lamborghini, if you're into
Have
the
you had their
cars,
food? They are. They really are.
if you're into the cars, it was probably quite interesting. It was just kind of a mildly, it was a story about a guy who built Lamborghinis. That was kind of it. There was nothing massive
Yeah, I've got
about
no
it.
interest in watching that.
Ford
Now-
versus Ferrari was a pretty good movie, though, on the other hand.
Yeah, see, Ford versus
Yeah,
Ferrari
that
was
was
a great film. That was very good.
Yeah, I like those that hinge more on events, like specific
as
events
opposed
like
to-
that,
Yeah.
and a goal rather than just this is his life. The music biopic is the worst, man. You want to
Yes.
talk about tropes? Every one of them are almost exactly the same.
It was interesting that he designed tractors, like a dual fuel system tractor and everything else. And I kind of wanted him to turn up in a tractor at like a car show, sort of like, and this is the new beauty. What tractor, really? Yeah.
Didn't Lamborghini originally, or was it Ferrari? Which one was it that made the transmissions in the Tiger tank for Germany? Was it Ferrari or one of them? I think it must have been Ferrari. Yeah.
There was a whole bit where basically Lamborghini meets Ferrari. And
he goes,
says to
"Oh,
him,
Mamma Mia! I've got the bear. Italian
your
name."
cars are so beautiful. No, but he says there's a problem with the clutch. And he says, and it was kind of because Ferrari pissed him off and said, just, leave it alone. That's why Lamborghini then turned to luxury cars, just to piss off Ferrari is what it was, which was, I quite like the idea of that, just sort of
Quick poll question, even for the audience. Which would you rather have, Ferrari or Lamborghini? Now, wait,
Lambo.
before you answer, you're going from the 1980s one. So, like, Magnum PI's Ferrari or Lambo?
I don't know. I love those 80s Lambos from like Cannonball Run. I think those things are slick as hell.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go
agree.
with either of them because they're very impractical and they're very juicy.
You've got
Yeah.
to pick one, Phil. You've got to pick
Yeah.
one.
Well, it
gotta
doesn't
pick
really
one,
matter,
yeah.
Sean. I can't fit in one anyway.
Doesn't matter. Well, hey, you know what?
No,
You
it
know
comes.
what?
It comes
Wait,
with like a big scoop Yoda that you can get in and out of with it.
you know
Like a
what?
giant horseshoe.
Yeah,
Matt doesn't have Horseshit or Margot Robbie, and he still answered the earlier question. So
probably.
It's
Ferrari,
It's a
I
physics
suppose.
question, I think, is what I'm going for here.
well,
The
nobody. I'm not saying you even have to drive it. If you were just going to own one of them, for
Lambo,
For
what about
Christ's
you
sake.
then?
Which one's
Oh,
more expensive? Because
the
then I would
Lambo,
own
yeah.
it and then sell it.
Yeah.
the Lambo for me, yeah, absolutely. The
I
doors
already
go
said
up. Have you
Lambo,
ever-
so
you ever
I'm
seen
still
how the
quite
doors
happy with
go
my
up?
three-wheeled Ron Reliant. Right, no, hang on. So other movies that we're going to talk about now. I saw Spirited, and I'm annoyed at myself because I actually quite enjoyed it. It was
What's that
quite
one
good
about?
fun. That is Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds is
Oh.
a meanie, and Will Ferrell is the Ghost of Christmas Present, and they're going to use him. They're going to convert him at Christmas.
That sounds so
But it
gay.
was kind of. It's not gay, and it is a musical. I will say that though.
That
Which really
wasn't-
saves my argument.
You know what, Phil?
I don't know.
Phil,
I enjoyed it.
Phil, in English, that's what we call an oxymoron.
I quite enjoyed it. I like the fact that basically, it was a Christmas film because it's based
Yeah,
on
in
Scrooge,
November.
but it's coming up to Christmas, isn't it? We started all the Christmas advertising at the beginning of bloody November, but basically, it's about how the ghosts pick on someone and how they
this is
set
amazing.
up all of their visions and stuff like that. They've got like background artists and actors and stuff and transition people. No, not transition. I'm not going to use that.
What?
No.
I definitely ain't interested now.
Transition.
Good transitions,
have
not
that-
bad transitions.
Sean, that's why it's called. Sean, that's why it's called Spirited Away, because they all fucking hang themselves and spirit just goes.
It's not Spirited Away, but basically, when they did the
And Ebenezer Scrooge transformed by the spirit of Christmas into Eileen Scrooge.
All the ghosts
turn-
are trains, and they're like, "How did you get here?" And they've all got like rope marks
No.
around there.
no, it's not that. Right, I used the wrong word. As in,
Oh Jesus, that was a good one. Oh my
what I
God,
meant was is
Matt.
when they do the visions of the
Mamma Mia, that was a
I'm-
spicy joke.
I'm moving on. Will you stop it? When they do the visions, when they go from like one scene to the next, that's what I mean by a transition. It's
we got
from
we got
one
a
scene
we got
to
a
the next.
we got a bunch of carotines coming in. Come on, let's get them.
You know, speaking of transitions, have you guys seen that clip of that deaf mute Brazilian transition singing?
I had to say one word, and they've gone. Will Ferrell
So
is
you like the
overrated.
movie, huh?
Will Ferrell is overrated, and I must admit I don't find him particularly funny. But the movie was a feel good Christmas movie.
He's never been funny.
I like the fact that they actually went back to the days of Dickens, and at one point somebody says, "Oh, no, Scrooge."
There's a lot of transitions that wish they could go back to the days of Dickens.
And he says,
Where were you last
and
week,
Scrooge-
Sean?
I don't. What do you mean?
Just give up, Phil. It's gone.
No, I'm sticking to this. And Scrooge says, "Oh, good afternoon." And apparently, back in the days of Dickens, "good afternoon" was a very big insult. And so they sing this whole song about it, which I thought was quite nice, because if you've got kids watching it, they're all going to go around saying "good afternoon," thinking it's insulting.
Can you sing us a few bars of it real quick?
I can't remember it that well.
You
It
wanna
was
start
the
up?
music. The music was done by the guys who had done. That's not helping. You clicking. The music was done by the guys who did The Greatest Showman, which again is a good musical. I don't care what you say. It's a good musical.
You are
That is just.
Phil.
There's no
Phil,
way on earth I'm watching this film.
Phil, I have to tell you something, and I need you to sit down for it. I think you might be gay.
Sorry, mate. What was that? Say that again.
Sean,
Oh, look.
you think?
That's... I'll unmute him. I'm sorry.
So,
I've been waiting to
as
do
it's
that
a
all
Christmas, Phil, as it's a Christmas film, what's better than Spirited or Die Hard?
No, you were asking there.
Yeah.
ooh.
Wait, do you reckon they'll do a musical Die Hard?
Let somebody else.
Yippee-ki-yay!
Now I've got a gun. Ho, 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 ho. No, I liked it more than I should have done, and I just thought it was good. But hang on, right. So let's move on to this then. So, because another film that is going to be chatted about is Yoda saw this. I did. Yoda saw this. Disenchanted. And he
Yeah,
gave
let me
it
take
4
some
out
of the
5
heat.
stars.
Let me take some of the heat off you there, Phil, for liking something equally as gay. And I don't know. I enjoyed the first Enchanted for what it was. This was a perfectly reasonable sequel. I don't know why it's doing so badly. I'm not saying it's amazing, fantastic. You know, it was fine. I liked it. It had good. I guess I like the songs from Menken, who does all the great Disney songs from the early '90s and did such a great job back then. And Amy Adams still does a really good. She does a great job at switching back and forth from evil stepmother to Giselle, and that's kind of the part that made her big in the first place. It was
Giselle
Enchanted.
Maxwell.
What's that?
Giselle Maxwell.
A Maxwell.
Yeah, Giselle Maxwell. Was that who she's playing?
Ghislaine is how you pronounce that, by the way.
Ghislaine. No, that's a very different fairy tale for children.
She's in the Harvey Weinstein film, though, isn't she?
Yeah.
It's the one. It's the one where you go. You know what? Maybe being in Pinocchio, getting turned into a donkey ain't that bad compared to that fun island out there. No, I enjoyed it. I just was like, this is fine. I would I see it again? Probably not. Maybe I gave it a little higher score, but I think mostly it was just because I didn't understand why there was such a low score.
Normie take.
Maybe. I don't know. I just like what's the
I don't
problem?
think I've ever
with
seen the
this thing?
first one.
I haven't either. I didn't even know there was.
No,
I
I've
didn't know
not
there was
either.
a first
I'm
I'm
too
not, a fan
alpha.
of I'm not a fan of Amy Adams, so I'm not.
What?
You wouldn't spank Amy Adams?
Rainbow
She's a
says
little chubby
she's a
now.
mix. But you
She's
still
chubbed
would.
up a little bit.
Flanagan
not-
said Isla Fisher is hotter by far. Yeah, that's true.
No.
Oh,
The
wait.
only
Wait,
problem-
I always get them confused. I was thinking of Alan Fisher. Which one
Yeah,
is
but the
Amy
problem-
Adams?
Amy
No,
Adams.
but
She
playing,
was Lois Lane in Man of Steel.
Oh, that's why Matt likes her. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah, you don't want Isla Fisher. She's had that Borat geezer inside her. That's fucking.
Oh my god. Oh,
Yeah.
Christ.
So she'd appreciate it.
Ruined.
and- I was just going to say, I'm going to pull myself back here by saying that I also watched Lyle Crocodile, but you know what? I'm not going to because I didn't watch it and I didn't like
You
it.
watch Lolo Crocodile, man. You need to get some.
There was
hobbies.
nothing else on. Going through modern movies, there was nothing else on. I thought I'll give it a try.
You know,
Yoda, I'm
good.
sure we told. I'm sure we told him to read Kingdom Come, and he says he hasn't had time, and yet he's watched Lyle
Oh,
fucking Crocodile.
There's
no
no helping
reading in
some
that.
people.
There's no reading in that, is there? It was
Heathen.
again, it was perfectly serviceable as a kids' movie for the holidays.
You know, you could.
Speak.
You know, you could have watched like an older movie you'd already seen before, right? Something good,
I've
Like
been
rape-
doing that all the
something-
time.
like Rape Squad.
Anyway, the other one that's come out again with a Christmas special is the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. Now, Yoda, you've seen it. Matt, did you say you've seen it?
No, I've not seen it, mate, because I'm waiting for Christmas.
I imagine Sean would rather stick a fork in his eye than watch it.
Sean would
correct.
be correct.
Correct.
It was again. It was kind of, I don't know. I think what got me about it was it is incredibly camp, and they really lean into the camp, like the Star Wars Christmas special. But after Thor's comments of Chris Hemsworth saying the whole camp thing is really stupid and we got to get back on a more serious note, he couldn't have said that at a worse time before this came out. That
Why?
did make me laugh. That really did make me laugh because it's like, oh, this camp crap is really boring and stupid. Oh yeah, here's the Christmas special. I was introducing that, wasn't I? I've completely forgotten. Sorry. No, camp's brilliant.
Yeah, I
So
didn't like it at
Do you
all.
guys?
You've
Do
seen it,
you,
Yoda, no?
Nah, I thought
you
it was
guys,
just dumb.
do you guys like the serious Thor from the first couple of movies more than the Ragnarok forward Thor? Which one do you like better?
Well, I think the Ragnarok Thor was he balanced that line, you know, because he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
competent and he was still powerful. He was making decisions and he had agency in his own. But to me, it felt a little bit more natural in his time on Midgard, hanging out with people like Tony Stark, right? And the Thor: Love and Thunder, it went way too far to dude bro. He was an idiot. And there is something to be said. Like one of the things in Phase 4, like we had Civil War, right? And Civil War was all about all the collateral damage that these guys have done, and how many people have gotten hurt. And that lady at the elevator with Stark saying, "My son got killed because you guys are whooping it up over in Sokovia." Like it was taken seriously. And in Thor: Love and Thunder, he's just going through the ceiling. He's knocking shit down. People are getting hurt. And nobody cares. It's all for laughs. Same with She-Hulk. Same with all the Phase 4 stuff. It's like the people are getting hurt and nobody gives a shit anymore.
The problem with the Thor: Love and Thunder was, like with so many other things that Disney and Marvel have done, is they've sidelined the main character to women, and the man is then all stupid and crappy and pathetic, and the women are the ones who save the day and are great. Like with She-Hulk and like with Obi-Wan and like with every bloody other thing they touch.
Power
that
of
is
ovaries
true.
activate.
Yeah, it is true what you're saying, but it also, there is just a lack of, like, there were the jokes in Avengers and Age of Ultron and all that, but they did not take away from the seriousness of what they were trying to accomplish. You still felt the weight and the gravity of the plot and people getting hurt and things like that. They didn't gloss over that kind of stuff. When Banner gets freaked out by the Scarlet Witch in Age of Ultron, and the Hulk goes on a rampage in South Africa, it's treated like, hey, you guys need to lay low, and Banner's really torn up over it. They knew when to be serious. Now it's just like, oh, the whole thing's a joke, to the point that it's, you got She-Hulk going through the fourth wall and all that, just upending the entire
twerking.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, and this is where I get back to what I say earlier. These people are making things to spite us now. That's all I can figure.
They're finally getting back at us evil men.
I don't know what twerking is. Phil, could you demonstrate for me real quick?
I don't think so, mate.
Careful what you wish for, Sean.
I don't want to break the internet, so it's best that I don't.
But Thor's meant to be Shakespearean, if I'm right.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the tone they set in the first movie, anyway.
Which is why they brought Branagh in.
No, that's not how you pronounce it.
Kenneth Branagh.
Branagh.
It's pronounced Fiage. I mean, in the comics, he's really, like, he used thou and verily and all that kind of stuff. I mean, he was really over the top with the Old English. And in the first two movies, I think there was something too that says, yes, he was serious and all that, but it also, there was kind of he wasn't as compelling. And I thought Ragnarok kind of brought the two together fairly well.
You know what would have been
I'm just going to... No. This is very important. Zap has just brought up the point, and he said that She-Hulk was fine, had some good moments. It was for the gals. Now we can block him. Zap. She-Hulk was atrocious. It was absolutely atrocious.
Classic Zap dog shit take. But anyway, let me get to my point. What would have been interesting is if they would have made Thor, his comedic turn or whatever, his more goofy, been a result of like PTSD and trauma from all the shit that happened, and like he's losing it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like
they kind of did that in Infinity War. I thought it was the best moment that he's had in the entire run, in everything that he's done.
I agree,
when he's
if they
talking to
if they continued, and I don't mean like the sad sack, but the slightly loopy, like
not Fat Thor.
No, but he's trying to be funnier as a coping mechanism, but do it in a serious, not like dead serious, but make it clear that the jokes and the I'm the frat bro is more of a, man, this guy's fucking losing it. You know what I mean? That would be interesting. They'd never do that, of course, but that'd be an interesting take.
Well, that's what I loved about the Infinity War thing. He talks with just this great sorrow about how he's lost his mom, he's lost his dad, he's his brother, everybody. Asgard is dead, but he still has this kind of this resolve that says, I will still do what needs to be done, as much heartbreak and pain has he gone through. I thought it was just a great moment, and they just then next thing you know, he's Fat Thor, now he's Dude Bro, and he's silly, and it's like you really undermined that moment with that.
They can't.
That's
That's
I
the
mean,
problem. That's the problem with Marvel. They can't have any real pathos that lasts any amount of time.
No,
and
that's
has
a problem.
impact.
That's the stuff that made us care.
That's what
Zap,
I mean.
yes, I did read the Byrne comic run of She-Hulk. I'm telling you, Byrne never used the fourth wall to resolve an entire story like they did.
Yeah.
And I bet there
He
was
didn't do it.
I bet there was
To
no
quote-
twerking in it either.
To
No, it
quote
wasn't.
to quote Deadpool, that just seems like lazy writing. How do we
Yeah.
finish this? I don't know. She breaks the fourth wall and tells all the writers off. Yeah, let's go
Yeah.
with that.
White men
They did-
bad. White men bad. Orange man bad. Men
Yeah.
bad. Woman good.
My-
Color. Woman of color good.
Well, she is
Nailed
green.
it. Nailed it.
The best meme I saw, it's like when men write women lawyers and they show
Yeah.
Rhea Seehorn from Better Call Saul, and then when women write
Yeah.
women lawyers, they show She-Hulk twerking. Like, there you go.
That's just
They don't
true.
even respect themselves. You know?
I've only got one thing to say about that. The 19th Amendment and its consequences have been a disaster for the human race.
Oh, fuck
And
me.
Frank-
Germany have just scored.
Oh,
I'm-
no, gutted.
Oh,
What
my
are we
God, the
going to
sports
do?
ball. Oh, who's
Oh,
winning
it's
sports
the end
ball
of the
game?
world.
Oh my God, this is more important than life or death. This is about guys kicking around a little round ball across the field.
The
Oh my
only
God,
saving
don't
grace-
understand. Oh my God.
The only saving grace is it was Rudiger who's in my dream team, so.
Oh man.
Brainbug has just
So can I
said.
just, yeah.
I was just
go
going to say,
on, Phil, so I was
Brainbug
gonna
just
say the
said
same
that
thing.
he's about to complete the new God of War game.
Who is?
Brainbug on the chat. This is
wait a
how
minute,
Thor
wait a minute, is
Asgard
he a-
stuff should have been.
Wait a minute, is Brainbug like a video game developer or he's like playing it, he means?
He played
Right.
it. There's the new game has just come out. It's a video game, but it's better than the films. That's what I found with playing quite a few video games. I was talking to somebody the other day about Fallout 3 and 4, and the story through them is great. And the same actually with this the story from what's the last Star Wars game that came out? I
Some
can't
gay
even think of it.
shit. I think it was called some gay shit.
Oh,
Part 3.
Jedi Fallen Order
Yeah, Fallen Order. Again, great story that you can
was
actually
good.
enjoy. And it's like, how is it video games are making better storylines than movies? Because video games, I know they're popular, but they just don't get the publicity what movies do. It's weird. It's
Well, I
Wait a
guess The
minute.
Last of
That's
Us,
not-
the
wait a
first
minute, that-
Last of Us was great. The second one was terrible. So
That
I don't
can't
know
I
if
be
like
that's
the
true.
second one. I'm
What?
Brainbug. I'm about to start God of War because I've just finished Horizon Forbidden West, so God of War will be on my schedule for next week.
You know the last video game I played?
Tetris.
Pac-Man.
Pawn.
Vice City. Grand
Cool.
Theft
Oh,
Auto
yeah.
Vice City.
Have you not played GTA?
Brilliant.
Any
I've-
GTA since then?
No, that was the last time I
Sean,
had it.
you would love to play GTA 5 online with young kids and stuff. You would have a whale of a time.
No, Sean, don't play it online. Just play GTA 5. You're going to love it. It's amazing.
I don't even have a thingy to play it with anymore, man. It's not that. Hey, listen, it's not because
Sean's
I don't
just said he doesn't have a thingy to play with anymore.
Oh,
You shooting it off last week.
I'm in a
Vasectomy went wrong, huh?
I'm in a transitionary period, boys. Cut me some slack here.
I did
No,
see
I
the
just-
photo you posted with the claymore between your legs.
No, that was funny, wasn't it? Pull that up.
Yeah, it was.
Pull that up. Pull that up, Phil. Since we
Hang
can
on,
do that now. Show
Let me
everybody.
find it.
I made an
Um,
absolute banger of a meme, Matt. You'll love it.
Come
Oh,
in,
hang
Sammy
on, right.
Butchers.
Oh, you're gonna love it. I'm telling
Put pressure on me. Bloody hell. Hang on a minute. What's his name? Sean.
Does
Actually,
Grand Theft Auto have rape in it?
Sean is more of a Grand Theft Horse kind of guy. That is quality.
Heidi is now blocked and banned from all social media interaction with me.
The hell
Yeah.
she is.
Actually, Sean, you'd like Red Dead as well. Red
I
Dead
did play that.
Redemption.
I did play the original one, yeah, Red Dead Revolver.
Oh, the new one's probably one of the best games. Well, he's one of the best games ever made.
I've seen, yeah. I mean, I'm familiar with all these things. I see them and they look great. I don't know. It just seems like guns take up so much of my money, and then prostitutes, and I don't have enough money left for video games.
Right,
Hang on,
fair
here we
enough.
go. Here we go. This is Sean's post.
Yeah, I did see that.
Uh,
Did you You like
Look,
that,
look
Matt?
at that, you're about to go from steps A and B all the way to Z.
I think my favourite comment is if you were to do it with a claymore, the results would still look the same.
As the surgery, yeah.
Yeah, it's a surgery. Yeah. Okie doke. Right. So let's wrap up then because it's coming to that time.
Disavow that meme, by the way. That is very bigoted and hateful and mean spirited, and that was not anything that any of us four would actually do. We were showing a meme of like what a bigot would do if a bigot were to make a meme.
Right, just
Just
looking
say-
through
Off his own
Sean's,
cock.
just looking through Sean's
Dumb bigot.
thingy here. Can't show that. Can't show that. Can't show that. Oh, definitely shouldn't show that. Right. Anyway, Yoda, would you like to wrap up for us?
So much.
We still got 15 minutes. Wait a minute, we still got 15 more minutes.
No, we haven't. What are we going to talk about? Nothing.
I've got some.
I'm trying to keep them
Look at Phil.
shorter.
No, we haven't.
No, we
Oh,
haven't.
fuck off, all of you.
I don't know. I thought that you guys might want to talk about some the World War One movie there. All Quiet on the Western Front.
I still ain't seen it.
I'll tell you what, Sean. I would quite happily sit down and do a video with you about that because I thought it was an amazing movie, absolutely brilliant. So I'm quite happy to sit down and do another video without the two normies here.
Oh no, I want to
know.
watch that.
I want to watch
I'll
it. I
let you
want to
join
watch
in
the
on that video.
German film where they all get shot. I want to see the
Let me
French
join
get
in on that
shot.
video.
Yeah, all
I
right. Then,
want a
the
slice
three
of
of
that
us,
action.
the three of us can then.
I
did that
do.
last
I
week.
will. I do want to watch it. I know I had to watch the original in school and do a book report, so I always have this knee-jerk reaction. It feels like homework.
One other thing is that the backing for In Search of Darkness 3 wrapped up on Halloween night, and Cecil announced that if you back that, you should be getting an email pretty damn soon. I think you can already watch a digital version of it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Excellent.
Oh, and Grindhouse releasing is just nobody cares. Never mind, I'll save that for an article because nobody watching this gives a shit about that.
We will at some point, like I say, sit down and do a video about the Quiet on the Western Front. I was just going to say we are now moving into December, so we are looking towards Christmas and the end of the year. And I know that we are looking at doing maybe a video of the entire Last Movie Outpost readers' favorite movies of the year. I thought we're going to look at doing that, so we'll have to get on that. But yeah, it's only a month to go. This time next month it will be over.
Did The Northman come out this year, or was that last year?
This year.
I was
This
going to
year.
say I was already trying to think of like my favorite my top 10 list of the year, and I was like, The Northman is in that list, but was that last year or this year?
It's this
No,
year.
it's this year.
Okay.
So yeah, look, so
It's
yeah,
kind
we
of
will
a
have
shit
to
year, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Not real.
putting,
I don't know.
putting,
No,
putting
I mean,
five
we
together.
got
I thought was quite
Did-
tough.
Dinner in America come out this year. The Northman come out. Dashcam come out in June.
Licorice
I think it was
Pizza.
Well, no, that was
That
like
was
right on
kind
the
of like-
edge.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
was
was
it?
on the cusp. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we like I say, so we will be over the month of December looking towards our Christmas films and the end of 2022.
Quick, a few Christmas recommendations I can make right now. Rare Exports, Silent
Yeah.
Night, Deadly Night, The Fat Man with Mel Gibson from a couple years ago. Fucking
Yeah.
legit masterpiece.
Is that with Mel?
It
Yeah.
is with King Mel. Great movie, you'd love it.
Right, I'll have that then.
Yeah.
Are we
Anyway,
going
I'll
to
have
do
it.
Christmas? Are we going to do a best Christmas films
Yeah,
then?
we should.
Yeah, we should do.
I am rooting for Violent Night to be good.
Yeah, I
Oh,
want to see that.
Oh, and the sequel to A Christmas Story with Ralphie, Peter Billingsworth's returning.
Yeah, it's out on HBO Max. It's gonna watch
Already?
it.
Already?
Yeah, it's out there. Yeah.
Oh, no shit. Oh.
Yes, Heidi, every Sunday at 6 p.m. England time.
That's
It's never
noon
changed.
Central Time.
Never
That's one-
changed.
That's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is what me and Heidi is on, so it's always the same.
If you're going to live in like some weird country with silly time zones. Yeah, Yoda, would you like to wrap up for us?
Are we sure? I've been asked this question before. You teased me with the, being able to leave this thing, but then we didn't.
All right, no,
So
I'm
I'm
sorry. Please, wrap up for us.
Okay. All right.
Are you going to get to it or not? Are you going to wrap up or what?
See, here you
anyone
go.
been watching
Teasing me with
Yellowstone?
bullshit.
What is it?
Anyone been watching Yellowstone?
My mom has. She loves it, even though it's full
Yeah, I
of
love it.
They cuss more
We're
than
3
we
episodes
do.
in.
It's like they
Oh,
cuss
by the
more
way-
than we do.
Tulsa King is good too.
Yeah, I've watched the first one.
Is that
This
the
may be-
Stallone one?
Yeah, this may be Stallone's next signature role, like up there with Rocky and Rambo.
No shit.
He is awesome in it.
Are you
He's
joking?
great.
Is
I'm
this
not
sarcasm?
joking. I wish
Is it good,
I
isn't it?
was shocked. I'm just as shocked as you are, Shot.
I thought you
didn't
didn't
expect
expect
it
either.
either.
I mean,
Is it
more
violent?
humorous than I was expecting.
Yeah, it's violent.
Like real violent or just like speeding violent?
Well, we're only 2 episodes in. There's been some interesting stuff, but just the way he carries himself as this weary mobster who wants to build an empire, but also knows that the mob life sucks, but he's just willing to go in. He just takes a water canister, a metal water canister, and just to assert himself, he throws it into a guy's head.
Are you gonna wrap this up or not?
You asked me questions. I'm answering the questions.
I'm just kidding. How many episodes is out of it?
It's only 2 at the moment.
What's it
Tulsa
on?
has 3 right now.
What
I
channel?
think.
Oh, right. We've only got 2
Paramount
in the UK.
Plus.
Paramount Plus. Is it so you have to? So I have to go to a place
Weekly.
that streams it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of those places, even though there's only one. Legally.
Anyway,
Well, right.
All right. I'm waiting for the ticker to come through now. it's my cheat sheet.
Hey,
we are
Thank
the
you very
website
much for visiting us here at
last-
lastmovieoutpost.com. You can reach us on Twitter at Movie Outpost. He's at Boba Phil over there. I'm at Drunken Yoda 1. He's at Matt Eggy Wig.
Sean, there is no way in hell I am putting your Twitter feed on.
No, your Twitter is banned. We're at Facebook
Yeah.
/ Last Movie Outpost, Instagram at Movie Outpost. Thank you very much for watching. This is the worst fucking show we've ever done, but I promise you, we can do worse. Just keep watching.
you can
Sean,
joke about.
anything horrifying or racist left to say?
I hate.
Nobody.
Oh, Phil muted me just in time.
I'm there with the beep button. Beep, 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 beep.
We need a lot more than that 7 seconds for that delay. Matt,
Yeah.
No. See you in a week.
see you in a week. Okay. Phil, you need to do better with this hosting thing.
Do better, Phil.
Don't you start. That's what that director told me.
Hashtag do better. Hashtag do
Yeah,
better.
no, apart from that, like I say, just check out all your movie news, reviews, and everything on lastmovieoutpost.com.
That's right. And Heidi, Zap, Brain Bug, and
Farouk.
everybody
Yeah,
else.
disappeared.
Yeah,
The hand disappeared.
Yeah,
Assault.
well,
Veruca Salt has started
Veruca
Fed
Salt.
Post. She was here but started Fed Post.
Oh,
on
Rogue
Telegram.
Thought was there as
Oh,
well.
Rogue
you were
Thought.
very,
Yes.
yeah, you were very quiet tonight.
Watched. And Stark, hopefully you're still sober and
Stark is face down on his keyboard right now. I guarantee it. So,
I've just checked the other chat, and apparently I've been blocked by Stark. Have you guys been blocked by him as well?
I can't access Slack no more for some reason. I don't know. Somebody check that.
Oh no, Leanne is still here. She was obviously just listening this evening. That's what it was. Nice to have
yeah,
you join us.
unfortunately. Hey,
Yeah.
you know, Leanne, it's your own fault at this point. So, thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and we will see you on the next stream.